Hello and welcome to the Tarkis zone. Thank you for joining me. Today we're going to be talking about my Himalayan 450. If you've been following my channel, I just purchased it less than a week ago and I just went through my first full tank of gas. I will have to say this bike performs exactly what I was hoping for and then some. This bike has, I would say that out of all the bikes I've ever owned, this little gem has a little bit of everything, and I mean that, a little bit of everything. It's speedy, it's fast, it's comfortable, it can go off-road. I did go off-roading with it. You can tell by the kick-up mud that's up there. I did some off-roading with it yesterday, a little bit today, and I would say performance-wise, it handles great on the road. Now, we're still in March, as you can see here in Vermont, so the roads are a little still greasy with the sand and salt still on them. We haven't had a great rain yet. Usually you get a really downpour of rain in April that clears the roads. Well, we're before that. This thing still handles really well with all that sand and salt on the road, and I'm talking Vermont. So if you've been driving through Vermont, you will see that like in the middle of the road, there's like got to be like an inch of sand just in the middle of the road. So you just got to be cautious when you're taking your corners and whatnot and that nonsense. But next month, April, when it rains, all that will be washed away, and then you can go banching into the corners if you want. Now, obviously, I got the bike when it had 1 mile on it. So, you know, you don't want to go crazy on the tires right off the bat. So when you get a new bike, you know, you got to wear these tires in so that they're not greasy, because I would say you could feel it the first 50 miles, you knew they were new tires. And then I started going a little faster. I'm still not going nuts with it. I mean, up here in the islands, we're at 50-mile-an-hour zone mostly on the state road. So I'm not going any higher than that, because I don't want to push it until it's first service. Because that's the thing about the bike is when you buy a new Royal Enfield, they recommend you taking it easy, you know, just doing basic stuff with it, and then get your first service, and then go crazy or whatever you want to do with it. Just go and do it. So let's just look at the bike here. I don't know if this is good. It's gonna flicker because of frame rate. Yeah, so we're gonna get some flickering here because of the frame rates on the phone. I would say that for a panel as a display, this thing works great. It tells you everything you need to know. Oh, there we go. the frame rates just refresh itself. It could be either the frame rates here on the display because it's a digital display, or it could be my camera that's causing it, but there it looks like it fixed itself. So you'll see that I've got 216 miles on the bike already, and that took 1 tank of gas. So basically, when I got it from Sean at Island Auto Haven here in Grand Isle, he gave me a full tank of gas, full tank right to the brim. And I just went through that at, you know, when the 216 miles. So I just filled it up. And you'll notice I got this phone holder. This phone holder is great. My phone fits in that perfect. I can control the phone through my helmet. I got a internal speakers. We'll go over that in another video, but it's a whole communication system that I got with my new helmet, and it talks to my phone without a problem. I can actually talk to Siri with it. It works real good. So when I'm riding, you know, the display's right here. Now to fill the tank, you've got to move this to the side like that, and then you can put your nozzle in to fill the tank, and then you just put it back here. It's great. So going back to the display, 216 miles I've got on the bike. So it took about 2.7 gallons to fill it, but it still had gas in it. So I'm thinking a little over a 3-gallon gas tank is what I'm looking at here. So that's not bad mileage. I should also point out that I've been running the bike in its normal mode. There's a mode button here on the top that allows you to change the actual mode. Now, I believe the bike's got 4 modes, and you could put it in an eco mode that will save you gas mileage. You could put it in a mode where it turns the brake system or the ABS system off. I don't know all the details about that. I've been only doing normal driving on asphalt. I believe you got to change those settings if you're off-road and you really want to get the best performance out of being in mud and deep sand or deep snow, that you got to, choose which mode is best for you. So I haven't played around with that much. I did install the app on my phone to pair it with the display, because you can use this toggle right here to control the display, and you can work the display with this toggle, which is okay. Plus there's a button up here that allows you to work the display too. So when you want to go back a screen, you can click this button. This toggle allows you to whip through the thing. But once I paired the app to it, I could do most of it. The screen was able to, the app was able to tell the screen what I wanted. So I could do it through the app, especially the time. So the time was something that I needed to change. I could have done it through the toggle, but I installed the app to my phone, paired the app. I will do an app video in the future, because that was a little squirrely on getting it to talk to the bike. Because what it is you get the Royal Enfield app, and there's two choices that you can make about how you pair it. And it's a top choice that you want, where the system will tell you, it'll give you a code down here, and then you take a picture of that code and the app then will communicate. But that communication failed like 5 times until it finally paired itself. So it was kind of squirrely at first, but I got it to work. I'm an IT guy, so I just was persistent and got it to work. But I'll do a full app video in the future. These hand guards are doing exactly what I want them to do. They're keeping my hands warm, keeping the wind off my hands. Right now it's 40 degrees. Mostly these 216 miles have been in 40-degree weather here in Vermont. So I've been running this thing. There's been nights that I've been running it that it was 35 degrees. And I've had no issues. I've had zero concerns or issues other than it being cold outside. But the cold has never really affected me. It's got to be really, really cold for me to have a problem with coldness. So I could be on this thing at 30 degrees. The only thing I'd be worrying about would be patches of ice hitting it at 50 miles an hour. So I try not to go biking. If it's windy and it's below 35, I won't do it, because you can get glazing and then you just be on the ground, laying on the ground, thinking that, oh, maybe I shouldn't have gone out today. But here she is. I would say, all in all, when I compare it to other motorcycles that I've ridden, I would say, it obviously doesn't got the top performance of my 1700 Kawasaki. I mean, it doesn't go near close to that, but it definitely has some good pickup. It's got some, how you go through the gears is smooth. It's also got some ease to that, where it's not a workout to try to throw it through the gears. It's smooth. And the acceleration is smooth. Now, the first day I got it, I almost lifted this tire off the ground, because I was like, oh, I'm gonna just really go through the gear. I had my feet on the ground, dead stop. I was like, I just want to do quick. How quickly can I get it up to speed? Kind of scenario. And I did that, and I could feel this tire coming off the ground. That's how much pickup this thing's got. And I haven't done that again since. I was like, well, I'll wait until after my first service to do that nonsense again. But I could feel her come up. It was like, oh my goodness, that's a lot for a 450. And I'm 200 pounds. That's a lot of get up and go to feel this thing lift right up. So I'm quite happy with it. If I compare it to the 350, the 350 reminds me of Igor, the Winnie the Pooh. My 350 was like really mellow. And this reminds me of Tigger. I mean, if you're comparing it to Winnie the Pooh characters, this is a Tigger. This is like, let's just go fast. In my other vehicle, my other 350 Royal Enfield is like Eeyore, really laid back, kind of mellow. I mean, that's the best way I could tell you the comparison. Both of them are very fun to ride. The 350 Enfield was great to ride. That Classic was amazing. But if you're looking for something that's got a little bit more pep in its step and makes you feel like you're on a rocket ship, I mean, it just gives you that feeling. Now, obviously, there's motorcycles out there that would blow this one out of the water that are faster performance-wise, but you're looking at $20,000 to $30,000 for those bikes. But if you're looking for a bike that gives you that let's just go feeling, you can get this bike for under $7,000, and that's with all the bells and whistles. So, you know, take it for what it is. Figured I'd do this video today to let you guys know where I'm at. So thank you for joining me, and this has been the Tarkis Zone.